Hafa everyone, my name is Agwarnariarty. I am the founder of Maisa Guam. Maisa is a social entrepreneurship aimed at promoting waste consciousness and mindful consumption on Guam and throughout the Marianas. We sell products that aim to inspire people to think more critically about what it is they purchase and what they throw away, because nothing is ever thrown away. I'm currently based here in Washington, D.C. I've been living here since August 2020 because I am studying for a master's in sustainability management at American University. My goal after I graduate in the summer of 2022 is to go back home and to help continue the fight for a more sustainable and green Guam. I started Maisa back in 2018 because I have always been very environmentally conscious growing up. Growing up in Chico, living with my parents and then my grandmother on our family property, you could always find me outside. If I wasn't gardening, I was playing with my cousins. And so land is a very precious thing to me. And when I was growing up, there was the whole debacle around the closing of the Orda dump, which was very contentious. And it just kind of didn't make sense to me that we were going to open up or use another prime piece of land, right, which is now the Lawson landfill, and to contaminate it with our things just because we can. And we don't have much natural resources on Guam, if any. Our main resource is our land, and so land is very precious. It's a very precious thing to our people, and it didn't make sense to me that we were taking a large piece of land only to contaminate it for no other reason than for the stuff that we no longer find use for. And also, millions of dollars were being spent to create this dump, right? And I mean, even in 2019, I believe it was, the legislature appropriated $30 million, I believe it was, to expand the Lawson landfill, which wasn't even 10 years old. That's $30 million that isn't going towards DOE, isn't going towards building a new GMH, and isn't going towards a whole host of other initiatives that could really use the money. Instead, it's going towards expanding a dump that is housing stuff that we honestly no longer find use for, that we purchase at Kmart, Ross, order online. I don't mean to name any businesses specifically, but that's what it is. I don't want to hide the truth. We live in a culture, right, a Western culture that values endless consumption. Things are thrown away, new things are bought. There really is no attachment to the things we buy anymore. If we do have an attachment to them, that attachment, that feeling is very fleeting. And so I started Maisa because I really want more people to think more critically about what it is they purchase and what it is they throw away, because nothing is ever thrown away. There's a cost to that. In addition to the money you're spending, right, for something you don't really need, there's a social cost, right? There's an environmental cost. That's money that could be going towards your child's education or towards buying a healthier meal. Or there's an environmental cost, right? What does that mean to our aquifer or our land? What does that mean for us as taxpayers when we have to expand the Lawson landfill again down the road, because that's what's going to happen. And so my goal with Maisa is to just kind of hopefully allow people to think more critically, right? To flip that switch to think, hey, how can I be a better consumer? That's what my goal was from day one. How are you able to find and source your products? Finding things on Guam as a small business can be extremely difficult. So packaging, things like stickers, finding graphic designers or photographers even can be very challenging. And so we looked at looked for businesses that shared the same mission as us, had the same values, and we reached out to them to ask them, hey, look, we would love to sell your products. We can't sell your products under your label because no one on island, right? The market is very different on Guam than it is out here or in Western countries. We want to sell your products. We can't sell your products at your price because no one is going to buy it. Would you be interested in white labeling, right? White labeling is similar to what you find in Trader Joe's. So if you've gone into a Trader Joe's, you'd see that everything, almost everything, is labeled with the Trader Joe's logo. Now, Trader Joe's doesn't manufacture all their products. They source from third-party vendors and then repackage it with their own labeling. That's how they're able to keep costs low. And that's the business model that Maisa has adopted, because we know actually that if we go about that route, we have a lot more flexibility and leeway in terms of branding, in terms of pricing, than if we were to carry someone else's product under their label, under their packaging, under their branding guidelines. All of the products that we sell at Maisa, we use ourselves. So we're a team of 2. I'm the founder. My assistant is my cousin, actually. That's how business is on Guam run, right? And we use all of the products we sell, from the face serum that we use at night to our shampoo and conditioner bars to our reusable straws, the lot. We use everything. And we wouldn't sell anything we wouldn't use, which is why our product line right now is still growing. And we're constantly experimenting, but sourcing is a difficult thing. I think networking and building relationships and sending as much emails as you can to people and just telling them your story and pitching to them why you think you should, or why you think you need their help. That's what we did. We just basically shared our story with other like-minded businesses and crossed our fingers that they would agree to work with us, and that's what happened. So the definition of a social entrepreneurship is a business that measures its success not only in profit, but in terms of its impact on their community. And here at Maisa, we do that, right? In terms of partnering with different nonprofits. I mean, we're a very small business, right? We're a team of 2. We don't make a ton of money, but that doesn't mean we can't do something. And so when we first launched, we partnered with iRecycle, right? Peggy Denny, who's a legend on Guam, who's been doing so much for the recycling scene. We donated a portion of each straw sale to her nonprofit. Since then, we've kind of evolved to help other nonprofits that kind of align with our own ethos, right? We just ended a campaign 3 days ago with Tadog Marianas, which is a collective of really inspiring and brilliant tomorrow storytellers. Before that, we partnered with Juanita Blas at Island Girl Power to help her in her mission to create a safe space for our youth. And so no matter how big or small you are as a business, you have a responsibility to your community, because at the end of the day, the money that you're bringing in is from people in the community. So you have a duty and role to play in making sure that you're giving back and that your community is thriving, because a community that is thriving is a virtuous cycle, right? A community that's thriving, that's doing well, ends up supporting local business. And so it's smart business, basically, at the end of the day, to help your community.